Have you been dating a guy for a little bit and things are going all right, but you're just not sure where you stand? Maybe you've spent hours on the phone with your best friend poring over every detail of the last few dates to figure out, well, does he want a relationship or not? And then you finally got tired of pulling your hair out and you ask him, what are we? And you have that conversation and he either ignored you or he just talked in circles or changed the subject altogether. Well, after a decade of working as a dating coach to ambitious women, I've come up with the ultimate ways for you to know if the man you're dating is interested in a long-term commitment or not. In this video, I'm going to show you the 3 ways to know before you invest too much time if he wants a long-term relationship or not. I'll tell you the signs to look out for and also the types of men that you want to avoid. This will help bring light if you're dating a high-quality man or if the guy that you're dating is not respecting you the way you deserve. I'm Jason Silver, the dating coach for ambitious women. On my channel, Attract Great Guys, I reveal strategies to help you attract and meet a commitment-minded quality guy. Hit that red subscribe button and the little notification bell right next to it so you don't miss any of my upcoming free trainings. And now let's jump right into the red flags that show he's not ready to commit. Number 1. Everything is on his terms. Listen, relationships are about compromise. If the man that you're dating makes everything on his terms, it's time to start thinking about if he's worth keeping around. So what exactly does everything on his terms mean? Well, he wants to see you, but only when it's convenient for him. Let's say he gets off work at 11 every night and he calls you up asking if he can come over. Not only does he know that you wake up at 6 a.m., but he knows that you're going to be sleeping and he's going to wake you up when he calls. He doesn't care about how this makes you feel. He doesn't care about you resting and getting your sleep in. He's only thinking about himself and his time. This could also mean he asks you to hang out 30 minutes before instead of actually planning dates with you, or only asking you to meet up once every week or two when he feels like it and wants to hook up with you. You should never be on the back burner. A guy who wants to be in a long-term relationship with you will be excited to see you. He'll offer up several days of the week when he's free, and he'll try to plan cool dates to catch your attention. Don't settle for last-minute booty calls or an 8 p.m. text inviting you to his house for Netflix and chilling. Remember, you're an amazing, successful woman, and he'll only treat you like it if you treat yourself like that first. Number 2, he doesn't take your likes or your interests into account. Because you told him you like art exhibits and wine tastings, and yet he only takes you to play paintball. Let me be clear here, this is not a date for you. It's a way for him to do something that he wants to do while trying to look like he's actually spending quality time with you. If he picks a date that he knows that he'd like but you would never even consider on your own, that's just an example of him not valuing you. Or if you're a vegetarian and he's taking you to steakhouses. Or he knows you hate scary movies, but when you get to the movie theater, it's a horror film. A great guy is willing to compromise and he cares about how you feel. If he doesn't, that's a major red flag and he's not the kind of man that you should continue seeing. Number 3, he's hot and cold. Are you dating someone who showers you with compliments when you're together and then afterwards he just falls off the face of the planet for a week at a time? This man isn't interested in a long-term relationship. Sometimes men like a woman or like sleeping with a woman, and they know that the way to get her to stick around for a while is to tell her what she wants to hear. Some men even go as far as to make promises that they have zero intention of keeping. Maybe he'll talk about how he can't wait to take you out on his boat with his family over the summer, or he'd love to take you to his friend's wedding in a few months in California, and then all of a sudden, summer rolls around and he says he doesn't actually have time to go out on the boat, or he doesn't have a +1 invite. But he does have time to come over to your house for a hookup. It can be really hard to accept that a man that you like or even love is manipulating your emotions for his own self-centered advantage. But, as they say, the proof is in the pudding. And if his words are saying one thing and his actions aren't, it's because he isn't serious about being in a relationship. One of my clients, Nicole, told me about a guy that she'd been in this hot and cold relationship with for years. He never wanted to put a label on the relationship, but they'd go out on dates once or twice a week. They'd sleep together. At first, they'd go to nice restaurants or interesting places, but after a few weeks, he just wanted to meet up at his place. And then when they were together, He would tell her all of these amazing things, that she was the most incredible woman, that he admired her, that she was so strong. And then he'd have like no contact with her until he wanted to see her again. Nicole was always checking her phone. She would light up whenever he'd text her and say, "How you doing?" after a few days of not hearing anything from him. And all of a sudden, strong, independent Nicole was surviving off of these breadcrumbs from this guy, and she was just allowing it. So how did it end after 4 years of seeing this guy? Well, he told Nicole that she couldn't talk to him anymore because he was getting married. Not to her. Turns out, this guy had been pursuing some other woman almost the entire time that they were together. Now, of course, he reminded her that they were never like official boyfriend-girlfriend, but Nicole was hurt and shocked and humiliated. She wondered, why wasn't it her that he chose to be her bride? Well, with the help of our coaching program, Nicole learned that this isn't even the type of man that she would want to marry in the first place. When she started aligning her values and getting clarity on who she wanted in her life, she learned these red flags to avoid. She learned how to attract a higher quality man, and I'm happy to say that Nicole actually found the love of her life, someone who treats her with the respect that she deserves. And she sent me an email saying that the man is everything that she's ever wanted. She couldn't believe it. She spent years and years and years settling for less, and she thanked me for showing her how to rebuild her own confidence and to take control of her dating life. So many men are okay with stringing you along for months or maybe even years, giving you hope that someday he's gonna settle down. Meanwhile, he may still be dating other women. A high quality man will know exactly what you want from a partner, and he'll show you that he's going to make you a priority. And he's going to ask to be your partner. No games, no stringing along, true commitment. He'll be proud to show you off to the world as his partner. Never make you feel like he's embarrassed by you or making excuses for why you can't meet his family or friends. So these were the 3 ways to know if the guy you're dating doesn't want a long-term commitment. And you can use this knowledge to evaluate how the man in your life is acting and see if he's taking your relationship seriously or just playing around with your emotions. I know that if you're watching this video, you're an ambitious woman who will stand up for herself, and if the man in your life is showing you these red flags, it might be time to consider that he's not the man for you. And that can be a hard thing to accept, but I want you to know that there's someone out there who will feel more than lucky to call you his partner and want the whole world to know that he's with you. Imagine getting rid of the hot and cold men in your life, and then a few weeks from now, you bump into someone who's everything that you've hoped for. Intelligent, caring, funny, attractive. He does more than just give you compliments. He shows you that he cares by following his words up with his actions. And he considers you, your interests, and he doesn't disrespect you by manipulating your emotions for his own personal gain. You won't need to constantly question his feelings about you or if he means what he's saying, because he actually puts in the effort and he puts in the time. He's genuinely interested in you. And when it comes to the whole, what are we talk, you don't have to bring it up, because within the first few months, he tells you that he stopped dating other women and he would love for you to be his girlfriend. He compromises with you on everything from dates that you go on to when you can meet up, when it's convenient for both of you. Your relationship grows and it turns into something beautiful. This is the kind of relationship you deserve, and I know you can have it if you get rid of the man who doesn't treat you right after the first few red flags pop up. Now, I know if you listen to my advice that you're going to find a high quality man who shows you every single day that you're the woman of his dreams. And if you want my support, if you want to go through a coaching program where you get step-by-step guidance and support, click the link in the description below. You'll get access to a video that explains to you more about our coaching. It'll answer your questions about how we can help you to meet a higher quality man. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. Be well.